Welcome to You Dad Me at Hello. The music did that weird thing again, and I don't know why. But we're here. It is episode 37. I'm super excited. It took me about an hour today to figure out which episode we're on, but it's 37. It is the top movie songs of the 90s. And for people who are like, what's a movie song? What is a movie song, Andy?
I'm still trying to figure it out, actually. I was going to say, is it from a soundtrack? Is it from the movie? It's a little bit of both. Because sometimes soundtracks have songs that have nothing to do with what you just watched.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we have a couple of those. We might. But
I think we do.
I'm pretty positive that everything we have was from the soundtrack for sure. I don't know if it appears in the movie. I haven't seen every movie on this list either, so
yeah,
it's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, but we're here for the music.
Yeah,
and some
of these movies are terrible. So
yeah, it's true.
We'll get into.
Yeah, very true.
But the songs are still really good. I'm actually happy with pretty much everything on this list. I don't think there's anything on this list that I didn't listen to at one point or another. It's a good list.
Yeah, a lot of these songs were all over the radio. So if you were listening to the radio in the 90s, you've probably heard most of these songs.
Not to mention, we for people who are confused, we do have some songs on here that were prior songs from the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, but appeared on the soundtrack of the 90s movie and gained popularity or regained popularity in the 90s. So you will see, for instance, Roy Orbison, who's on this, who I think that song came out in 64, if I'm correct. But it became famous again after his death. So we'll talk about that a little bit, I'm sure. How are you guys doing this week?
Good. I just realized I need a haircut. I look like Crispin Glover in Back to the Future. What is this?
There you go.
I actually, you're just literally, you have my haircut and I just cut it.
It's a little long for me right now.
We all kind of have the same haircut.
Yeah,
it's what dads do.
It's the dad haircut.
Good dad. Yeah.
I don't understand cameras, and I'm like, oh, this side. Yeah.
I did the same thing before. I was like, Mike, can you see the number 10 over here on my wall?
How is it backwards? For people listening on Spotify, we apologize for this part.
You're not missing much. We're just pointing at things that even we can't see. So don't even.
Is that my face?
Don't even try to understand.
Sorry to my son Liam, who listens to us every night on his Spotify account. But...
Liam, go to bed. It's time to go to bed, Liam.
Meanwhile, he was asleep, and you just woke him up and scared him. So that should be good.
What'd you have a nightmare of? Andy was standing on my bed, telling me to go to sleep.
Oh man! So, anything big in your lives this week, guys? I feel like it's been a super busy week for me.
I feel like it's been forever since we talked.
Yeah,
that's true.
It's been like 2.5 weeks, right?
Something like that.
Almost.
Yeah. Well, I mean, no.
Yeah, we took last week off, and then we recorded on a Tuesday before that. Yeah,
I guess so. But for the to peek behind the curtain, people, we have a group chat on Facebook, and we generally talk every day, or at least send some sort of stupid meme our way. But we've been quieter in the past week. We've all been busy. I think. I know I have.
Very.
I actually had a new hire at work, so I've been training for the last couple of weeks, and I finished, and everything was great. And they're like, yeah, see ya. And so now I have to do it all over again. So I've been super busy, and it led to nothing, essentially. So that's fun.
Being a manager.
Yeah. If you guys ever want to get into a very rewarding and successful career that at the same time makes you hate people, manage people. It's fun.
Yep. I've been doing that for a long time.
Andy's like, I like just sitting at my computer.
I'm trying not to get fired.
What did you do?
Yeah, but it's been crazy busy. We got a puppy.
Oh yeah,
that's right.
We should get a picture next week and post it so people can see your puppy.
Yeah, start to be like, oh, that cute puppy who chews everything in my house and scratches and is doing a lot better with biting. I will say that.
Like getting better at biting or not biting?
No, getting better at not biting, which is a big step forward. My daughter is not afraid of her anymore. They actually can sit on the couch together, and she just thinks the dog is the most hysterical person in the world. So they're best friends already, and that's what we hoped for. So as long as she can stop eating crap around the house.
You asked.
Well, guys, this is it. We don't have any ads this week. We have no things to promote. Let's just get into it. We do have a song coming out at some point once I get to finish it. But so yeah, that's
at a band lab.
Oh yeah, hey guys.
Hey band lab. Hands are up. Hands are up, band lab.
What's up, Angie?
Hands are up.
Thank you guys for watching over on BandLab, or if you're on YouTube today, or if you're on Facebook. Thank you guys. Feel free to write comments if you're on any of those platforms. To my knowledge, it'll get to us at some point, and you might be able to be on the show. So check it out. Andy is watching us currently. I can hear me in the background.
I want to see if it was going. It's going good.
Adding to our plays. But I'm excited. It was my 2-year anniversary with my wife, Jessie. So we went to Mystic, Connecticut for the day. And it's like nice old people.
You drive past me.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I did. And I had a breakfast at the Cracker Barrel. And then we went to Mystic for the day. And then we went to Foxwoods for some more shopping at the outlets there. So
did you get pizza at Mystic Pizza?
We did not. We actually had lunch at Johnny Rockets. It's one of her favorites. Actually, we were going there for Fuddruckers, and they were closed because nobody goes to Foxwoods on a Tuesday morning. So,
no, not usually.
Yeah, it was cool. It was a good day. It was our first date of the year. So it's been a long time. So it was just nice to walk around with no kids attached to us. So that's pretty much it. But today we are getting into a really cool topic: the greatest '90s movie songs. So if you are here and you're watching along, feel free to comment on your favorite movies of the '90s, your favorite songs from movies in the '90s, your favorite '90s things. Random praise for the three of us, whatever you want. It's good stuff.
Take what we can get.
Yeah,
TRL,
but here's the bracket.
Taco Bell dog, all that fun stuff.
You what?
Grimace, the Hamburglar, Tamagotchis.
Yo quiero, you dad me at hello.
Well, here we are, greatest '90s movie songs. Everything from Tears in Heaven from Eric Clapton all the way down to Unchained Melody by the Righteous Brothers, which I'm 99% sure is spelled correctly. But
maybe.
I think so.
Maybe we'll see. There's more likely some mistakes here, but there always is. I am zooming in right now. You can't rush this.
Oh my god!
You can't rush perfection.
First up, we have "Tears in Heaven" by Eric Clapton versus "Pretty Woman" by Roy Orbison, or known as "Oh, Pretty Woman" by Roy Orbison. What are you guys thinking?
This is a tough one.
Yeah, these
it's
are
not
both
for me. I'm going with Tears in Heaven. That's it.
All right.
Yeah, these are both really good songs, but Tears in Heaven's really sad. That's a sad song.
But does that make you like it or not want to listen to it?
I don't know. There's a lot of emotion in
well,
that.
I'm just going to pull at your heartstrings a little bit. Tears in Heaven is my mom's brother's like funeral song. And so I heard it a lot in the 90s because he died in the 90s shortly after the song came out, clearly not before. That'd be weird. And I heard it a lot. My mom used to sit in her room, not in her room, in the living room. We had a record player and she would listen to all these songs, Motown and all that deal. But Tears in Heaven was played for years in the 90s in my house. So I heard it so many times and I love it. So that's why I'm picking it.
Yeah, I'm trying to take in kind of a couple different things here. One is the quality of the song, as well as like, did it make that movie stand out?
We didn't even talk about what movies they're from. You're right.
Yeah.
So Tears in Heaven is from what?
Rush.
From Rush, okay, and then Pretty Woman is from Pretty Woman.
Pretty Woman.
Oh, Kevin, I wish you did. Okay. So pretty. All right. I'm gonna go Tears in Heaven as well.
All right, so Tears in Heaven is moving on, but Mike, what would you have picked?
You know, I don't think I would have picked Tears in Heaven just because it is such a sad song. It's very depressing, but I've got nothing against it. So I don't know. This definitely was a tough one for sure.
Yeah.
Well, Tears in Heaven, great song. We'll talk more about that, I think, a little later. What are you guys thinking about Pretty Woman or Roy Orbison or the movie Pretty Woman?
This is where it's tough for me because like Tears in Heaven, I've never seen Rush. I don't know what that movie
I
is.
haven't either.
But the movie Pretty Woman, like these songs go hand in hand, and so that wasn't even going to be the name of the movie. They were going to name it, I think, 3000. So this was the movie 3000 that came out. And then this became the title. So this song has been used in other movies as well. It was in Dumb and Dumber, and then some other movie called Au Pair in 1999. So I guess how they came up with this title. So RJ, you're saying this is from what, 64? You said sometime in the 60s, maybe before.
Roy Orbison's song was I want to say 64.
Okay.
Yes, it was 64.
All right, 64. So, so they were writing this song, and his wife came in and said that she was going to go to town and go buy something. And he said, "Hey, do you need any money?" And she said, "Pretty woman never needs any money." Boom.
Oh, wow.
And he was like, "I got myself a hit right here."
Nice. Yeah, he has some other really good hits too. Only the Lonely was a super nice, super cool song. Crying, In Dreams, all in the 60s. So some good stuff by him.
Dreams.
Other songs that were in the movie. Prince had a song called Kiss that was in the movie, but did not make the official soundtrack. So it would not have made this bracket.
That's a good song.
So our next bracket here is actually a little confusing to me. But here it is. It's Nate Dogg and Warren G with Regulate versus John Resnick with the Goo Goo Dolls, Iris.
Wait, you don't
both?
You don't think of these two songs together at all?
They're both iconic songs in very different ways. And it's almost so hard because they're so different to kind of figure out which one's better, because you have to be in the mood for each. I mean, Iris is probably an anthem of the 90s. Like, it's such a huge song. And
I remember hearing Iris everywhere.
Yeah.
All over the radio.
And I'm still hearing it. One of my favorite indie artists, Phoebe Bridgers, just did a cover of Iris right after Trump lost in November. She actually did this campaign that if he lost, she would play the cover of this song. I don't know what the correlation between Iris and Trump losing is, but I guess it was just like, hey, I'm gonna make a new song. So it worked. Phoebe Bridgers saved the day. But yeah, I don't know, guys. What do you think?
So, man. So Google Dolls. So that movie is from City of Angels, and then Regulate is from,
which I never saw.
Me neither. And then Above, actually, I might have seen it. And then Above the Rim was for Regulate, which I think I might have seen way back in the day.
I'm pretty sure I've seen it like back when it came out, but I haven't.
City of Angels has a hot soundtrack. I mean, it's got Iris Goo Goo Dolls. It's got Uninvited by Alanis Morissette. It's got Sarah McLachlan's Angel. Those are like 90s super ballad hits. Like,
so does Above the Rim. Like, Above the Rim is always one of those when you think of like top quality hip hop soundtracks, that's always talked about. I think Tupac was in the movie too. So like
yeah. Mm-hmm.
It was the first soundtrack released by Death Row Records, right?
I don't know if I knew that.
It was the first one, but it was it was in there. What else do they have? Oh, they had the song Afro Puffs on there by Lady of Rage.
Oh, yeah.
Rough and Tough with my Afro Puffs.
That's right.
Guys, I'm gonna go with Iris. That's my get. That's my pick.
Wow. RJ doesn't care what we're talking about.
I'm going
That's not what I meant.
I'm going with Regulate.
Oh, okay. It's down to Mike.
Why?
Down to Mike.
Oh. So my issue with this is Regulate already made the finals and won a bracket. But when I think of, again, what Andy was saying, when I think of a movie and a song, Iris from the Goo Goo Dolls are almost like paired together. I don't think of Above the Rim when I hear Regulate. So Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls. Even though Regulate is a better song, it doesn't remind me of the movie. And that is what this bracket is all about.
And RJ, what song did Regulate cover?
Oh, yes. Oh my word. What is that song? Michael McDonald.
Michael McDonald.
Oh, it's almost a better song.
I played that.
Keep forgetting I forgot the words.
I played that for Tina the other night. I was listening to some of these songs. I was like, it's an old Michael McDonald song, right? And she's like, what? And I played it. She's like, oh my God.
It's such an amazing song. Like, I keep forgetting about it. It's I keep forgetting we're not in love anymore.
Yep.
Whatever.
So Tupac also had a song called Pain that did not make the soundtrack because CDs couldn't hold enough data at the time. So it didn't make the official soundtrack, so to say, until it was re-released years later. But it's generally regarded as one of Tupac's best songs he's ever recorded.
Wow, nice.
Yeah.
What were we talking? We're talking about Regulate here, right? That's the song that did not make it. Warren G, Nate Dogg. I think they were all from the 213, right? With Snoop Dogg. And I don't mean where they're from, the actual group.
Oh yeah.
That was.
I mean, that's where they're from.
It is, but everybody. I mean, there's a lot of people from 213. Like, whatever.
Back in the day, they said 213 was the click. That's what Warren G said.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah.
I mean. Sadly, I think it's Nate Dogg that died in 2011. Sadly, he actually had a couple strokes. I think 2007. A couple months later, he had another one. 2011, he finally died of heart failure, which is super sad. But he also did a bunch of stuff on Next Episode, Dr. Dre, Eminem's Till I Collapse. He did 3 studio albums of his own. He worked with Exhibit, Snoop Dogg, Mos Def, Ludacris. So a lot of really cool stuff he was doing. It's funny. It's a song that I do at karaoke a lot with one of my good friends, Matt Foley, who I think, Andy, you've met a couple times, who sadly passed away a couple years ago. But a lot of people dying in this part. Sorry, guys.
We'll
bring it up.
Bringing it way up.
But he was awesome, and he did some really cool. Regulate's one of those songs where you're either the cool guy or you're the crying guy in the song. You know. But yeah,
we did that song one time too. I remember that.
Yeah, it's fun stuff. It's a fun song to do.
The way they recorded this song too was interesting. So like,
Roll Tide.
So Warren G they were in his apartment, and he said he's got no furniture. He's got dog crap everywhere. Which clean up your house, Warren G. Come on.
Yeah, right. You got money.
So he got the sample. He plugged it into his VCR. Google that, kids. And then into an MPC 60, which is a sampler, sampled it, and then he had Nate Dogg come over, and Nate Dogg's doing the vocals in his closet, which a lot of people do because it's got.
It's almost like a sound isolation booth. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna start sitting in the closet and just. I can at least say I'm recording something
instead of
that I'm crying.
Instead of crying.
Why are you in the closet? I hear crying. No, I'm recording a song.
It's really sad.
RJ needed tears in this one.
Oh man! All right. Well, hey, anything else to say about Regulate?
No, sorry, Regulate.
All right. Moving on. I Don't Want to Miss a Thing by Aerosmith from the movie Armageddon, and Kiss from a Rose by Seal from Batman Forever. These are two pretty decently big movies.
These are ballads on ballads.
That's true. I feel like it's every mother's dream here on the adult contemporary list. Aerosmith and Seal. While doing research with Aerosmith, I was shocked to see how little recognition they had on the charts over the 50 years they've been playing. They actually have not charted very well overall. They have obviously won numerous awards, and they're charted as they're named one of the best, biggest rock bands of all time. But in the charts, the Hot 100, the Billboards, all that deal, they actually didn't do amazingly well. I Don't Want to Miss a Thing did because of its mainstream success with adult contemporary. But I was surprised at how much or how little they actually did on the charts. I watched a video today, Aerosmith's Fly Away From Here. Have you heard of that? 2001-ish came out. It's one of their later songs.
Maybe.
And in the video, they it must be on a movie, but like everybody turns to like cartoonish robots. It's the weirdest video I've ever seen in my life. Look up Aerosmith Fly Away From Here. It's a good song, but weird video.
I'll look at it right now.
But that's my vote, Aerosmith.
You're going with Aerosmith?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going with Seal.
Oh gosh, okay. It's another tiebreaker with Mike.
Yeah.
Here.
So back in the day, I probably would have picked Aerosmith, but I think I've come to appreciate Seal a little bit more. I don't know, because I'm getting older, or I don't know. Maybe I understand music a little bit better. But yeah, that song's great. That song's great. Kiss from a Rose is a great song, so that's my choice.
Nice.
All right,
I gotta
there you
say,
go.
Mike, I love that picture next to your head on the wall.
Yeah, thank you. This is your face, and this is my face.
This is a segue.
This is Andy's face, my face, RJ's face. However, this is Andy's handwriting, and these immaculate stick figure drawings are also Andy's work here. So,
man, if I had that on a T-shirt, I would pay money for that.
I would also offer to take money if people wanted this on a shirt.
What is going on here? Are we selling?
Not yet. Not until there's a demand. We're creating demand. This is how this works. Did you follow that whole GameStop stock market thing?
Listen,
this is how it started.
If someone were to message me and say, I love that picture that you drew, and I would love to have that on a T-shirt, and I will give you American currency to put that on a T-shirt, and here's my size and address, I wouldn't hesitate. I would go out and I would make that shirt for them. If I had enough others, I gotta make at least a little bit of money.
I also don't think we should discriminate. I'll take international currency as well. I'm sure we have fans in other places than this tri-state area.
Look, we can always look up the exchange rate. This is not a big deal for us.
I may take food gift cards as well, depending.
That too.
Yeah, we do like to eat.
But anyways, Aerosmith, I Don't Want to Miss a Thing. It was a song that appeared on the natural disaster film Armageddon, in which lead singer's daughter, Liv Tyler, was in as well. I don't think it was an amazing movie, but I think I liked it enough. But for anybody who doesn't know, which you've probably been hiding under a rock, Aerosmith is from the area. They are from Boston, formed back in 1970. They are known as the best-selling American hard rock band of all time, having sold more than 150 million records worldwide, 25 gold, 18 platinum, 12 multi-platinum albums. They also hold the record for the most total certifications by an American group and are tied for the most multi-platinum albums by an American group. I can go on and on about all of the things they've ever won, but Aerosmith is huge, crazy, Living on the Edge, Janie's Got a Gun, Walk This Way, just a ton of stuff going on with them. They are deserving.
You forgot about Honkin' on Bobo.
I have not heard that one. How about Fly Away From Here with a weird robot video? Check it out.
Yeah, or
Pink.
That's right.
That's another one.
So upon doing research for some of these movies, I found some pretty funny ones about Armageddon. So nobody quite understood why the movie plot was the movie plot. So Ben, I guess Ben Affleck had approached director Michael Bay at one point to ask the question, Why
pronounce
is
the
it?
name?
Why is it easier to train oil drillers to become astronauts than it is to train astronauts to become oil drillers? And Michael Bay's response was, "Shut the F up." And then that was the end of that talk.
That's exactly what I would have said.
But then even further down the line, Michael Bay in an interview, I guess this was just a few years ago. Michael Bay says, "I apologize for Armageddon because we had to do the whole movie in 16 weeks. It was a massive undertaking and it wasn't fair to the movie. I would redo the entire third act if I could. The studio literally took the movie away from us. It was terrible. My visual effects supervisor had a nervous breakdown, so I had to be in charge. I called James Cameron and asked, 'What do you do when you're doing all the special effects yourself?' But the movie ended up doing fine." But then he went on to say, "Maybe I shouldn't apologize because it was only my third movie. And it's one of the top movies on cable TV." So
That's true.
I'm sure.
Not one of my favorite natural disaster movies. I think Dante's Peak and Twister and Volcano. Remember Volcano when it erupted in the middle of LA for no reason?
yeah, the volcano.
The volcano, yeah. And Twister, where there's a twister.
Yeah. Saw that in
and
the
Dante's Peak, where there's no Dante.
Yeah.
But there is a peak.
There is a peak.
Yeah. Yep.
I saw Deep Impact in the theater.
Deep
I didn't see
Impact.
Armageddon.
Yes.
Yeah.
So good. A little
Well, there was an
Elijah's
impact
in
that
that
was
one.
deep.
It was deep.
It was a deep impact, yeah. Actually, have you guys seen the new natural disaster movie Greenleaf? No, Greenland. Greenland. It's with Gerard Butler. Super good.
No.
Just came out last year. You should check
Did
it
not.
out.
But it's in Iceland.
It's
I was
icy
thinking
in
that.
Greenland. It's green in Iceland. Yes. We should probably move on because we
Let's do
are running out of time here. We're not even through the first 8.
Yeah, we're
Love
having
Roller
fun.
Coaster by Red Hot Chili Peppers. Men in Black by Will Smith. I know you're probably thinking, wait, Love Roller Coaster? That's not Red Hot Chili Peppers. But we are talking about the cover in the Beavis and Butthead Do America soundtrack and Men in Black on the Men in Black soundtrack. Both kind of crappy movies. Beavis and Butthead probably
Whoa.
better in my opinion.
Whoa.
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 Okay.
These are both good movies at best.
I'm going with Men in Black.
Wow. Okay. I'm
I'll
kind
second that.
I'm kind of tired of that song. I would have chosen.
I am
Roller
too,
Coaster, but it's all good. They're
All
both
right.
good.
Well, I mean, there it is. Love Roller Coaster. For anybody who hasn't seen Beavis and Butthead Do America, it's you got to see it at some point. I mean, it's iconic, I guess you could say. But this cover was done by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. For anybody who doesn't know, they're a good band.
'Cause I'm a double dipper. It's all right. So obviously, I watched Beavis and Butthead a lot as a kid. This movie, Butthead. This movie is fantastic. Like, I get annoyed sometimes watching it now, like the show, but the movie I could watch. It is so entertaining. Like, I guess because there's like an actual plot that goes on. Every one of the episodes had a
Quote unquote
too, but-
plot.
yeah, but like they'd always stop and watch the music videos. This kind of just continued. I love the scene where there's like a donkey and it poops and they're just sitting there just laughing at the poop on the ground. Or the when they're on the bus with all the old people and she's like, I'm gonna play the slots. And they're like, wow, you're a slot. So dumb. It's so dumb.
Well, you'll be happy to know Paramount has announced that they will be doing a sequel. They announced that in February.
Very nice.
For Paramount. I do have Paramount Plus. It's fun because it's got all those 90s shows, which may include Beavis and Butthead, actually.
Yeah. RJ showing off. I got Paramount Plus. The new great coupon.
I pay $4.99 a month for that.
You guys talk about how Beavis and Butthead wasn't a great movie, but Roger Ebert gave
I
it
just said
3
it
out
was
of
a great
4
movie.
stars.
Did he?
And yep, and he asked, "Why is
Wow.
this movie so much fun?"
Well, there
So
you
if
go.
that
Right?
doesn't, if that
There you
doesn't
go.
tell you how good it is,
I mean, hey, it works. I mean, it's good for it's good. Well, next up, we've got "Change the World." This is the second Eric Clapton song on here. "Change the World" by Eric Clapton, which appeared on Phenomenon, I think, with that dude I can't remember. And yeah, John Travolta. And "Bohemian Rhapsody" by Queen, which appeared on Wayne's World.
Bohemian Rhapsody all the way.
yeah, Bohemian
Yeah.
Rhapsody. I mean, that's
If you do not immediately think of Wayne in the car, everybody rocking out, I can't help you. I
yeah.
don't know.
There's no hope for you ever.
"Change the World." First off, it's an okay song. I liked it. My dad liked it. My mom liked it.
Written by Babyface.
Phenomenon. I haven't. Babyface writes hits.
Yeah.
And this is a hit. Does it remind me of Phenomenon? No, because I don't want to be reminded of Phenomenon.
No,
I don't remember much about it.
It's kind of depressing if I remember that movie, actually.
Yeah, I don't really remember it. Not one of my favorites. John Travolta dressed up as a woman in Hairspray was better. But it is what it is.
It was a musical.
So this is actually a redo of a Winona Judd song.
Oh,
Did I say
I'm
it?
not sure I knew
Winona?
that. We're
Yeah.
talking about "Change the World" now, not "Bohemian Rhapsody."
Yeah. So it was written by Tommy Sims, Gordon Kennedy, and Wayne Kirkpatrick. So, because you think of Babyface, you think of like he's gonna be the one writing it. I don't know if he had anything to do with writing credits as far as this redo, but Eric
He
Clapton-
produced it.
Oh, okay.
So Eric Clapton heard the song and he said, "Hey, Babyface," and he's like, "What's up?" And he's like, "Let's do the song together." And he's like, "All right." And
What you talking about, bro?
Come show up on this track.
Yeah, I mean, we could talk forever about Eric Clapton. He's got a ton of hits. Everything from "I Shot the Sheriff," "Lay Down Sally," "Wonderful Tonight," "Layla," "Change the World," "Pilgrim," "My Father's Eyes." Two of those appear
Cocaine.
on our list tonight. We won't get too into Eric Clapton as a dude, but I will say the dude had a rough time in the 60s, 70s, 80s. He was on a lot of drugs, which he self-professes. Has since come off of that, started I think a rehab clinic of some sort in the 90s, late 90s, which still goes on today. I did not know this, but he's actually the maker of the Crossroads festivals that happen, and they raise money for that as well. He's also gone on to interviews to say that, yes, I was crazy back in the day. My bad. In multiple interviews. Whether I agree with it, some of his views today, which you can look up that later, I don't, but he seems to admit some of his mistakes from his drug-riddled days back in the day. But comes out with good music. "Change the World," great song. "Tears in Heaven," probably one of my favorites from him altogether. If you've never seen MTV's Unplugged, he does an unplugged version of "Tears in Heaven" and also "Layla," which is amazing.
Yeah.
Check it out.
All
right, cool. That's all I have to say. Next up, we have a battle of great songs, in my opinion. Songs that I sing to this day. Love hearing them. "Gangsta's Paradise" by Coolio and "Ghetto Superstar" by Maya, ODB, Praz, maybe someone else.
Nope, just those three.
Just those three. Okay,
Just
cool.
those three. Well, Wyclef joined them for a live performance every now and again, but
I'm going with Gangsta's Paradise.
Ooh, okay. I'm going with "Ghetto Superstar." I mean, you can't do better than all those people together. It's good.
yeah.
Coolio had 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, but
Fantastic Voyage. But Gangsta's Paradise, like you couldn't go anywhere without hearing that song. Weird Al parodied it. Did a parody. of it.
Did a parody.
Yeah.
he
Well,
parroted it.
We talked about it, back when this was in a previous bracket. This song was actually written for the movie. So if we're talking this bracket and movie songs, literally written for the movie.
You know what? You've got me. "Ghetto Superstar." I've never seen the movie that it's for. Is it Bulworth?
Bulworth, yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen that. "Gangsta's Paradise," "Dangerous Minds," minus the white savior complex from the movie. It's a great movie. I do like it. So I'm going to switch to Gangsta's Paradise because it definitely reminds me of that movie intensely.
So it's funny that you mentioned the plot of the movie, but it's actually based on a book written by an actual teacher. This actually happened. So I think last time, again, we had talked about it, how it seemed sort of unrealistic for this situation to happen, but it actually happened. And then it was also turned into a TV show that lasted a whole season. But yeah, apparently Michelle Pfeiffer was the only person on the production crew that had actually read the book. And she had approached the director as he was trying to make changes to the story. And his response when she had asked if he had read the book, he said, "I don't have time to read a book. I have to write a movie." But she was like, "The book is the movie. Like, we could just film the book."
Well, that is moving on. Ghetto Superstar. Oh, sorry.
You've never seen Bulworth before?
I have not.
Okay, you don't have to. It's a pretty terrible movie. I think Warren Beatty's in it. It's so weird. But there's a lot of like 90s hip hop artists in it. You're kind of like, oh, there's KRS-One, there's whoever. So that's kind of cool. But other than that, I think it's a great song. I love RJ when you've performed it live at karaoke, especially when you do like the ODB parts. Like it's pretty hysterical because you can't mimic
do
ODB.
it.
Like no one can.
No,
he was his own person. Like his own special type of person. So talking about ODB's parts, just before we started recording, I was actually watching some behind the scenes and some videos about Ghetto Superstar, and apparently ODB ended up on this track completely by accident. Yes.
He was, we'll say, in a different state of mind. Didn't know what studio he was at. He thought he was at his own studio. So he walks into Praz's studio, and Praz is trying to be all nice and tell him to leave. And the song is looping in the background. And ODB is like, "Yo, what's that beat? Turn it up." So the engineer turns it up, and he's like, "Yo, this is hot. I need to get on this beat." And Praz is like, "Yeah, sure, whatever, dude." So ODB just sat down, listened to the music for a little while, went in the booth, did one take, and Praz is like, "Yeah, whatever. I'm just going to delete this afterwards because this is just going to be straight trash. He's out of his mind." And then they listened back to it, and he was just like, "Yeah, I'm keeping this. This is awesome."
That's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, the Ghetto Superstar, great song. Maya has done so much. I really like her. She's on Take Me There as well, with Blackstreet and Mace and Blinky Blink. Case of the X is another great song. Lady Marmalade, even though I can't stand that song. It was very big in the 2000s with Christina Aguilera and Little Kim and Pink. She went on to do My Love Is Like Whoa, which is probably the last song I remember from her in 2003, but she's still current today. Just came out with a bunch of songs in 2020. So she's still doing her thing. And I think I've seen her on TV since then. The girl looks exactly like she did in the 90s. She's 41 years old now, and I don't understand it, but it's ridiculous. But yeah, but it's a great song. But so sad to see it go. But next up, we do have The Bittersweet Symphony by The Verve and End of the Road by Boyz II Men, which surprisingly, I can't remember what either of these movies are.
Bittersweet Symphony is Cruel Intentions.
Great movie.
Oh, yeah.
And Boyz II Men is Boomerang.
I have seen neither of these movies.
So
really?
I got to go with Bittersweet Symphony. I love the movie Cruel Intentions, and the scene that they use this song in is pretty awesome.
So I'm going to go with End of the Road just because I can't stand Bittersweet Symphony just as a song in general. So End of the Road for me, even though I have to say I have not seen either movie. So I'm not a very good host today.
All right.
It does look like the majority of the fans say Bittersweet as well, Andy, just as a heads up.
I usually don't do this, but I'm going to listen to the fans. I was going to go with, this one was like a tough one for me, but I'm going to go with Bittersweet Symphony.
All right, Bittersweet Symphony, moving on by The Verve, End of the Road.
even
being
though
left behind.
Even though I think "End of the Road" is a better song, I don't think about Boomerang when I think about this song. Cruel Intentions.
Does anyone think about Boomerang?
Yeah, I like it is a good movie. Eddie Murphy, I believe it's Robin Givens is in it as well. It is a good movie. You should definitely watch it if you're bored one day. I mean, I don't think you have to go out of your way to see it, but it's a decent movie.
Another song that Babyface touched. He was all over the place in the 90s.
Just touching things. Touching so many songs.
Hey, is this yours?
I mean, hey, there's a lot of good people in this. Halle Berry's in it, David Allen Greer, Martin Lawrence, Chris Rock.
I heard he went into the studio after ODB and he was like, hey, can I get in on this track too? And they're like, get out, Babyface.
You have enough money already.
All right. Well, hey, anything left to say about End of the Road or Boomerang, guys?
End of the Road was actually a super huge song.
It is.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's one of the biggest songs of all time.
Yeah. It held down the #1 spot in the Billboard Hot 100 for 13 straight weeks, and that broke the record previously held by Elvis Presley.
Every
and I think they broke their own record twice with "I'll Make Love to You" and "On Bended Knee" right after that.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry,
anytime I moved from like one school to the other, like elementary to middle school to high school, I was like,
See, I wish I got that. I got Green Day's crappy "Good Riddance" song.
Good Riddance, oh gosh. So I went to all the school dances in middle school at Bain Middle School. If you're a Cranston person
flex,
like me,
okay.
and
we get it. You can afford a suit.
Jeez, were you watching Paramount Plus while you were doing?
I had Napster, and no, but I went to the middle school dances, went to the high school dances, and man, if Boyz II Men didn't come on, you rioted. You had to have a Boyz II Men song come on to dance with your woman, or your 11-year-old girl, whatever it is. But End of the Road, I'll Make Love to You. What else was on at that time? On Bended Knee was another big one. You had to dance to those songs. So good stuff.
I didn't go to dance.
We have our last one. This is the top 16. This is the last two. Wild Wild West by Will Smith and Unchained Melody by the Righteous Brothers.
Man.
Unchained Melody, obviously an older song, but this was on the Ghost soundtrack, and Wild Wild West, obviously on the Wild Wild West soundtrack. If we're going to talk about movies, Wild Wild West is one of the biggest pieces of trash there is.
Yes, it is. Based on a TV show from the 60s.
Yeah, but Wild Wild West is a good song, regardless. It's fun. I like Will Smith, but I am going to agree with Caitlin and go with Unchained Melody.
Yeah, I'm going to agree.
Really?
Oh, no. Were you really going to go down that road?
I was going to go down the Wild Wild West road.
Oh, boy. Why?
Listen, I don't...
Because he doesn't like music.
Please explain.
Okay. Cisco. Do I need to say any more?
Yeah. Why?
You do.
His name? Is he on this?
Yeah. Cisco was on here.
Not sure I knew that.
Yeah. So this was based on the '87 rap song by Kool Moe Dee titled "Wild Wild West," which is a fantastic song as well. I used to live downtown, 129th Street. It's such a great song. What was it? Was it the movie awards or the music awards where they had Stevie Wonder come and perform as well? Because this has
it has a sample of his song on it.
Yeah, that was pretty cool too. Except for the fact that they left Stevie Wonder on the stage.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Like, give the dude a break here. Come on, man. Just sitting there.
But this is also the song that won the '99 Golden Raspberry Award for the worst original song.
That's not original.
Huh?
Because it's really not original. It's
just the worst original. I mean, not to mention the movie itself won a lot of terrible awards.
I think it won. I think it swept the Razzies that year. And the actor, forgive me, I don't remember his name. The actor from the original
Will Smith.
No, not Will Smith. In the original TV series, accepted the awards on the behalf of the movie, because he thought it was so bad, and then personally delivered it to the people that actually were supposed to win the award. Was it Robert Conrad? Does that sound right?
Nothing sounds right about that.
I'm not from the 60s, so I don't know.
Anybody from the 60s, please let us know.
All right, top 8.
I like it.
We're here. I mean, it's the movie. You like Wild Wild West?
No, that's good.
Oh, okay.
I was about to sign off immediately.
Actually, now that you're listening, guys, anybody at home, does anyone legit like Wild Wild West? Please let us know. Maybe I need to rewatch it at some point. I don't know. Maybe I missed something.
Right now.
But anyways, we're in the top 8, guys. This is it. It is the Battle of Adult Contemporary. Tears in Heaven by Eric Clapton from Rush. Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls from City of Angels.
This is riveting.
It is. I'm going to go with Tears in Heaven. Just because I can still listen to that today. Iris, I can't listen to it.
It is pretty cringy.
I just don't think they don't understand.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want the world to see me.
RJ's so dumb. He's like
tears in heaven. Tears in heaven.
Yeah, Tears in Heaven.
Yeah.
Sure,
all right. Well, I guess we should talk about Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls a little bit here.
I don't want.
Well, hey, you have to give it to the Goo Goo Dolls, even if you don't like them. They had 2 albums that blew up on the radio. You had Dizzy Up the Girl. You had A Boy Named Goo. A Boy Named Goo had a Name on it, which is a great song. Dizzy Up the Girl had Slide, Black Balloon, Dizzy, Broadway. And then they did things a little later too that I'm not really into. But and then just in May, they announced the release of a double compilation album, which is all unheard songs from their entire career. So
they should have stayed unheard.
Still doing things. I couldn't see you guys. Why are you laughing at me when I was talking about Goo Goo Dolls?
I like the song, but it was just kind of overplayed for me.
Yeah.
But if it's been a couple years, I'll put it on. It's good. Did you know that the Goo Goo Dolls were actually a punk rock band back in the 80s?
Yeah.
I did not.
You think about this song, that is not punk rock whatsoever.
No.
So,
that explains his hair, though.
Hair. I was just gonna say that definitely explains the hair.
All the weird.
He is not aged well, by the way. I just watched a live video of him performing Iris in 2021 or 2020 New Year's Eve. I should not have watched it. It is sad to see.
We all get old, RJ.
Not Maya.
I'm getting there.
All right,
I'm getting there.
Or Usher.
True.
Yeah, Usher still looks like he's 21.
Yeah. Or the guy Pharrell.
Yeah.
He doesn't get old.
No, Pharrell has not aged since 1890.
Yeah.
No.
Dude,
Pharrell's a vampire. Yeah.
He's a time traveler.
Eric Clapton. Eric Clapton actually, surprisingly, Eric Clapton hasn't aged either because he's always looked old.
Yes, it's true.
So if you've ever seen,
how come no one has remixed Vampire and Pharrell is a vampire?
And
you just did.
Moving on, we have "Kiss from a Rose" by Seal from the Emmy-nominated Batman Forever, and "Men in Black" by Will Smith from the Men in Black soundtrack.
Men in Black is a better song and a better movie. So,
Batman Forever, that's the one with Jim Carrey, right?
Yeah, that's a wacko movie.
I don't remember hating it when I saw it, though, but I also haven't seen it since it came out.
I think I was like 11 when it came out, and everything's great when you're 11.
That's true. I did like Three Ninjas.
Yeah.
It's one of the best movies of all time.
Tum Tum's the man, dude.
Rocky loves Emily.
I totally misheard what you said.
I won't ask you to repeat it because I don't even know where we're going with this.
I would like to know though. I am going to choose.
I thought you said I did Three Ninjas. Like, this is a story I haven't heard before.
Goodness gracious.
What'd you pick?
Men in Black.
Yeah, Men in
Men in
Black.
You
Black.
both picked Men in
Yeah.
Black over Kiss from a Rose.
Yeah, because
What?
it's a better song. Here
What?
come the Men in Black.
Galaxy Defenders.
Wow.
Kiss from a Rose is great. However, it doesn't really get
Seal
me.
hates that song.
It doesn't get me pumped to watch Batman. I mean, nothing really gets me pumped to watch Batman Forever because it sucks. But this Men in Black gets you pumped to watch Men in Black. Kiss from a Rose, not so much.
Don't go that far. But yeah, I mean, Kiss from a Rose is an okay song. I mean, first off, Seal won a ton of awards throughout his career, known for hit songs like Crazy and Killer. Obviously, Kiss from a Rose is probably his most celebrated song. He was a voice coach in Australia on The Voice in 2012 and 2013 and 2017. And he was married to Heidi Klum for quite a while. Just thought I'd mention that. Yeah.
I think that song holds a special place in my heart because that soundtrack. Shut up. That soundtrack was the very first cassette I ever bought. And it was around the time when I first got money. Like I guess I got an allowance, and I was like, "What do I waste my money on?" And
Seal.
I said, "Hey, this
I like
soundtrack-"
Batman.
Yeah, it had a mix of songs. It had the Riddler by Method.
Oh wait,
Man.
so you bought the Batman Forever soundtrack, not
Not the Seal
CD.
cassette.
Yeah, no, not the.
I'm not sure which one's worse, actually, now that I've heard.
Oh no, the rest of the soundtrack is really good. It's got a real good mix on there, but so that I like Mike. I think that song over time has grown more on me. I've learned to appreciate it a little bit more. That wasn't the reason why I bought the soundtrack. I was just kind of like, oh, these names look cool.
You bought it because
like,
Method Man was on there.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Brandy was on there. You too.
Brandy. Yeah, so I recognized a bunch of names, and I was just like, let's do it.
Yeah, that U2 song was
There?
absolutely
There.
huge too.
Over there.
$13.99. Where'd you buy it? Did you buy it at Ann and Hope?
I think I bought it at Sears.
Whoa.
Sears, nice.
Sears, yeah.
That's a
You kept them
throwback.
open for another year for that. Hey, I was actually passing by on Route 2 and I was telling Jesse how cool Route 2 used to be because there used to be Strawberry Records over on where the Men's Warehouse is, the 2-floor CD store, and then on the right side you had the arcade, which is now maybe a car place, which is next to Haxton's Liquors. I think it used to be called Diggs Arcade or DG's.
Yep. DG's Arcade.
Yeah, and sadly, I was not old enough to frequent that spot until it closed, and so I never got to go. But we were just talking about how sad it was that there's no arcades really anymore outside of like a Dave and Buster's or an adult barcade.
Yeah.
But there used to be DG's. There used to be Aladdin's Castle in the Rhode Island Mall.
Tilt.
Used to be Tilt Arcade. That was one of my favorites. Tilt Arcade in the Warwick Mall. But yeah. Anyways,
Loved it.
Moving on, we have Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen versus Gangsta's Paradise by Coolio.
This should be the finals.
This is a big one for movies. I mean, you think about it, Coolio's Gangsta's Paradise is scenes from the movie, I think, from the music video.
Yeah.
And then Bohemian Rhapsody, you just constantly think of Wayne's World with the headbanging.
Damn.
I'm going to go with Bohemian Rhapsody.
I think I'm gonna have to agree with you.
Okay. I am also going to agree because not only do I like the song, but the movie is one of my favorites too.
I just recently rewatched that in the last 6 months because two of our friends had not seen it, or one of our friends, and we watched it, and I liked it again. It's just such a good movie.
It's so good.
Or I forgot Rob Lowe was in it, and Rob Lowe has low key become one of my favorite actors of all time. He's on 911 Lone Star. It's a spin-off of 911, which surprisingly you would think is not good, but it stars Rob Lowe. He is the star along with Angela Bassett. So it's a fun show, and Rob Lowe is so funny from The Office. No, Parks and Rec. Sorry. My bad. and then all the way back to his 80s and 90s stuff. But yeah. What do you guys think about Coolio? Gangsta's Paradise.
Great, and Tommy Boy too.
Oh yeah, that was a great movie too.
Yeah.
Chris Farley's
got stuck up in the thing.
Chris Farley's first movie was Wayne's World. The first time he had been on the silver screen. But
you know what? For some reason,
Coolio.
I can't remember, who does he play in Wayne's World? One of the friends, right?
He was the security guard.
Oh, okay. Yep. Okay.
But back to Coolio.
No,
so you
not on that show.
Oh gosh, Rachel McAdams.
No, I don't know if you're being serious or that's a throwback to my Rachel McAdams things, but no, she is not on that. I think the girl is Jennifer Love Hewitt is on 911, the original. So, along with the girl from Lone or Country Nashville. That's what it is. That show.
All of these things sound way out of my wheelhouse. So we were just talking about the video for Gangsta's Paradise. It was not all scenes from the movie. As a matter of fact, Coolio didn't even think Michelle Pfeiffer was going to show up for the video shoot because he thought, she was too good for it. But she showed up and was very professional, as he would say.
Nice.
Yeah.
This.
Yeah.
Here's another Stevie Wonder sample. And getting to clear that sample was difficult. I guess Stevie Wonder rejected it because of the swearing in the song, and then Coolio ended up rewriting some of the lyrics. And Stevie Wonder said, "It's all good, bro." And then then they made the song. I wonder if Stevie Wonder has ever said that ever. He's gonna be. I never said that. Just make up stuff. I again, like you said, I thought the movie Dangerous Minds it was good too. Again, it's got that whole, like you said, like I never thought about it, but you're right, the whole white savior kind of a thing. But if it's based on a true story, then okay.
I'm not saying it ain't a good movie because The Substitute's a good movie too, and that's totally about a dude, But in The Substitute, he hurts a lot of people, and so it's kind of fun to watch.
I thought that all the characters in Dangerous Minds were fantastic. Like everybody played a role. Like I just thought it was really well performed by everybody. So I've always enjoyed it. And then this song just kind of off the charts.
Yeah.
Like, we've talked about it before, but it's such a great song.
Yeah, Coolio has even he's even said that the song's good and the movie's good, but he feels like when they put them both together that they really both elevated each other up. So he said without the movie, the song wouldn't have been successful and vice versa.
So I now feel as though I love a subset of movies where teachers beat up students. The Substitute movie is great. Dangerous Minds is great. If you go back to Lean on Me with Morgan Freeman, where he plays the principal and gets to beat up students, just a lot of, I just really like teachers beating up students, I guess. But Lean on Me is probably my favorite of the three. If you haven't seen Lean on Me with Morgan Freeman, super good. But
Archer's going to be putting his application in
for a teacher.
Listen here, kids.
Y'all ever seen The Substitute?
we're in the last of our top 8. Bittersweet Symphony by The Verve versus Unchained Melody by The Righteous Brothers. What y'all thinking?
Oh,
my mouse is there. I'm gonna say Unchained Melody by The Righteous Brothers.
I'm actually gonna say Bittersweet Symphony.
Oh gosh.
I know that's sort of heresy around these parts, but that's a good song.
Andy, this is on you now. It's on you. Caitlin wants to remind you. Unchained Melody.
Yeah.
By the Righteous Brothers. What are you doing?
Can you imagine if I just did that the entire episode?
I would.
That'd be great. We would run out of time. It would be very close to.
One more minute till the end of the night.
The song play? Every time a video plays on it stops.
It played. The music played.
That sounds like our next song, actually. I'm going with Bittersweet Symphony.
Ah, you suck.
I've
never seen Ghost.
You never seen Ghost? What's
No.
Bittersweet Symphony from?
Cruel Intentions.
Yeah, I never saw that. But you
should.
need to go see Ghost. I can't believe you haven't
I
seen
wanna see
Ghost. I
Ghost.
mean,
Ghost is a weird movie, man.
I guess it is, but it's classic still.
Doesn't
I
she like have
guess.
relations with the ghost?
Yeah.
The Ghosts.
Yeah, it's weird.
yeah, I guess it doesn't make any sense.
It's
But
this whole thing
it's
with
got-
like a pottery
like-
scene.
Like
it's got the sways. It's got the Swayze.
It's got Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Is
not
it-
a good thing though. I feel like, but whatever.
Did you ever see on Superstore when they're talking about it, and Sandra's like like this. And they're like, what are you doing? They're like, that's not the thing.
Well, hey guys, we're hitting the hour mark, and here we are. This is it. Top 4. Tears in Heaven by Eric Clapton. Men in Black by Will Smith. Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen. Bittersweet Symphony by The Verve. So we have Cruel Intentions. We have Rush. We have Men in Black, and we have Wayne's World. Personally, in my opinion, Wayne's World is probably the only movie deserving to be in the top 4.
Men in Black too.
But all
Wayne's
great songs.
World, Wayne's World, party time.
Excellent. That's really bad. But anyways,
started
here we
it.
are. Tears in Heaven versus Men in Black.
Mhm.
I'm going to surprise you, and I'm going with Men in Black just because that movie is way better, and it reminds me of that movie, and it brings good thoughts about that movie, while Tears in Heaven just reminds me of a lot of dead people.
What do they call that thing? The nebulizer? Is that what they call it?
I don't
The
No.
nebulizer. Why is that word
No.
even in my head?
Nebulizer is for your sinuses. You're talking about the thing that wipes their memories. I forget what it's called though.
It is the electrobiomechanical neurotransmitting zero synapse repositioner, the
Yeah.
neuralizer.
No,
Neuralizer.
you were
Neuralizer.
close. You were close.
Close. All right. Yeah.
I was about to make a joke how you were not close, but you were way closer than I thought you were.
I was like, sounds. You're going with Men in Black, huh?
I am, yes. And what would you be going with, friend?
Skip.
We're on a
Pass.
podcast, guys.
Pass. I can't look.
Pass.
Mike, how about you?
Well, I'm picking Men in Black for the same reasons that
Oh,
you did not pick Tears in Heaven, because the memory I have from Tears in Heaven is when I was in elementary school and my teacher unfortunately passed away in a car accident, and we sang this song at an assembly.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. I'm sorry.
So Men in Black, yeah.
What's the
Men in,
That was uncomfortable laughter.
Wait, first off, how many elementary school kids know Tears in Heaven, first off, and then knew it by heart enough to sing it?
no, the
at
music
school.
teacher had us like rehearse it for like a week.
Oh my
It was,
word! That's
yeah,
intense.
it was.
So they
You know.
put
It's
you,
about
thinking
a
about it.
child falling out of a window.
Yeah.
they put you through
It's not
intense
great.
emotional things for a week to sing this.
Well, now, yeah. Back then, I didn't know any better. I was like,
That must have sounded terrible. Just a bunch
I-
of elementary
bet.
school kids singing Tears in Heaven
While
Yeah.
crying at the same time.
While oh gosh! All right. Well, hey, Men in Black moves on.
oh boy.
Tears in Heaven. If we didn't already say it, yes, it is about the death of Eric Clapton's real life son, who fell out of a 53-story window in New York. Just to clear up stuff, because I always had misconceptions about how that all happened. He wasn't actually there. He was on his way to pick up his son for a trip to the zoo, I think. And a janitor had left a window open, something to that effect. But there was no foul play to my knowledge or anything like that. It was just a sad accident.
Was someone there with the kid?
Yeah,
No,
he was
even
there
more
with the mother,
confused.
but the window
Oh.
was left open. It's one of those windows that I guess are not supposed to be open, and a janitor came to like fix something and left the window open, and so they didn't know it would be open because it normally isn't. And sadly, the boy fell through. And what's sad is the movie has nothing to do with anything that's about. I think it's a drug movie, if I could remember. And so it's just a very strange song to choose to be in that movie, but it is what it is.
I guess Eric Clapton wasn't sure that he wanted the song to be released at all, obviously being a very emotional personal type of song, but I guess the director convinced him to use it, and her argument was that it might help somebody that it got my vote, Clapton said. So the song plays near the end of the film, which is about a narcotics agent who becomes an addict. So
Jason Patrick.
I guess we'd have to watch the movie to be like, does this make sense at the end?
Wait, Jason Patrick, who is that?
Jason Patrick. He
Thanks
he
for
actually
saying it again.
Yeah, Jason is his first name, Patrick. So to lend to the authenticity of the film, Jason Patrick actually did shoot up, like he put the needle in his arm, but
that seems illegal.
They think it was vitamins or there was no illegal substances. But apparently reading saline, I think it was either vitamins or saline. But reading through some of the goofs on IMDb, apparently they left a cut in the movie where he doesn't actually put the needle in his arm all the way and also doesn't plunge all the way. So, so that kind of takes away from the realism. So I'm never watching this movie.
That's the reason you're never watching this movie. Jason Patrick is also known as being the officer from Speed 2. So hits all around.
Everywhere.
Yep. He also is the reason that Julia Roberts broke up with Kiefer Sutherland and canceled her wedding. So
scandalous.
Yeah, I hate that guy. Moving on.
We're writing for the National Enquirer now.
Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen versus Bittersweet Symphony by The Verve.
This is no contest.
Yeah, Bittersweet Symphony by The Verve. No, you're right. I'm choosing Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Well, this is it, guys. We are in the finals, and I think these two songs are deserving to be here.
Yeah, I still can't believe you've never seen Cruel Intentions.
It's real good.
It was never my thing.
It's real
good. It's a little naughty. It's a little naughty.
It is.
It is.
It's a taboo. It's a more of a psychological movie than it is what you think it is.
Who's that dude? Cruel. It
was Ryan
Timberlake lookalike.
Phillippe.
Right. Yes. Sarah Michelle Gellar. Reese Witherspoon also hasn't aged.
Yep. And
ever.
Selma Blair.
Okay. Reese Witherspoon has become someone who I actually have liked over time. I did not like her in the Sweet Home Alabama phase. And then ever since then, I feel like every movie I've seen her in, I really like. She was also in Big Little Lies on HBO, which was an awesome show.
I liked.
And now she's on
Legally
the morning
Blonde.
show.
Legally Blonde was funny. The first one, not the second one. The first one was good.
Yeah, the first one's good.
She was in a movie just recently called Home Again, 2016. I think it's on Netflix. It was a very, very good movie. And she's on a new show with Steve Carell and Jennifer Aniston on Apple Plus. So, which I do not have, Andy. I don't have that. No. I did the free month so that I could watch that show. All right, well, here we are. This is the finals. Men in Black versus Bohemian Rhapsody.
All right, we got to talk about him before we make a decision.
Let's talk about it.
We always start talking about the song we're picking, and then
that's true.
And then
so I'm picking, but no, Men in Black. All right. Yeah, it's a good movie.
Forget Me Nots is.
I'm sorry, what?
Forget Me Nots is the original song that Men in Black samples.
Oh, okay. I didn't know where you were going with that.
Yeah, you were very random with that. Willard is Will Smith's real name.
Is it?
It is Willard Carroll Smith Jr.
Oh. Hey, did you know that
that's a movie name?
So there's a woman singing in Men in Black.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. Here comes the Man in Black.
That is.
Isn't that the
Coco
What's that
from
girl?
from SWV.
Yeah.
Oh.
SWV was
Mhm.
like the mecca of women's groups in the 90s for R&B. And I didn't know that. And then when I heard it, I was like, yeah, okay. She has a distinct voice, so yeah, I love SWV. So I was kind of like mad at myself that I did not know that. Men in Black, great song. Will Smith, like this was like his comeback. He had this album with Getting Jiggy with It,
Mhm.
Miami, and this song as well.
Was
So
this Millennium?
what the
or
hell
was
was
that-
the name of that song?
Yeah, it might have been Millennium is the name of the album.
Was this not from the one with Getting Jiggy with It? It's around
I
like
don't
the
know.
same time.
I
I
don't
feel like it
remember.
was. I don't remember either.
It might be.
Listen, people, we do bare minimum here.
So Will Smith for me is like very hit or miss. Like Will Smith has some of the best movies of all time. You know, you've got Bad Boys, you've got Independence Day, even the movies like Enemy of the State, Men in Black, Bad Boys 2 even. But then you've got, what was it?
Wild
Hancock.
Wild West.
Wild Wild West.
Hancock was good. What are you talking about?
After Earth.
Oh, that was
which
garbage. That's because he
horrendous.
wrote, directed, and produced that movie. There was no studio intervention.
However, if you guys haven't seen it already, 2 movies that came out in 2019 that he's great in is Spies in Disguise, which he voices the main cartoon character. Funny movie. And then Aladdin, in which he plays the genie. He actually does a great job. I was actually really happy with his performance. It didn't feel like he was trying to be the genie from the original Aladdin. He did a really great job with it. So
yeah, people were kind of like hating on him a little bit. It was like he's being how he would play it. Like
Yeah.
I mean, he's generally a pretty goofy guy. Like I think people forget that he was on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air sometimes, and he was just a complete like jokester all the time.
He's known as the most bankable star worldwide. Newsweek called him the most powerful actor in Hollywood. 17 of his films went on to accumulate over $100 million each. Just ridiculous stuff. If his name's attached to it, whether it sucks or not, it's huge.
Yeah, there was 3 years in a row where one of his movies released on a July 4th weekend and became like the biggest movie of the year. So, there's no denying that his popularity was at its peak at that time. So
we have a lot of people who are already voting for Queen.
Hold
So
on,
let's talk
hold
about.
Yeah, let's talk about it. I was gonna say.
I was saying,
We
but don't
why are
interrupt
people
my
choosing?
segue.
Why is everybody?
How are you
choosing already?
interrupting
We
my
haven't talked about
segue?
it.
yeah, we're
It
gonna
was a
need
good segue.
we're gonna need everyone to type out an essay right now, and we'll read them all before we make any decisions.
There is 0 people watching currently, Mike.
You're just
but
pulling up all
anyways-
those comments from earlier.
All right. As I was saying, hey guys, everyone is talking about Queen. Let's talk about Queen, guys.
Let's. Wayne's World is hilarious.
It is. Rob
Queen
Lowe's
is
in it.
also
Did you hear
in it.
about that?
I did.
I
So is
never
Chris
heard that
Farley.
before. What?
Chris Farley.
You guys are
Also.
insane.
Yeah, and Rachel McAdams. She's in
No.
it too.
Nope.
She
Nope.
played
Not
Garth.
this one. Yeah.
They should do a remake where Rachel McAdams is Garth. I think because Rachel McAdams is such a has a wide range as an actress. She could play.
First
Garth.
off, again, doesn't age. Born in 1978. She could have been in Wayne's World. You wouldn't have even known.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, 1978. The girl's 42 years old. Also born in London, Canada. That's confusing.
That is
He's
confusing.
like, I was born in London, and they're like, Canada.
So Wayne's World also
Yeah.
had Jimi Hendrix, Foxy Lady. If you
Oh,
guys remember
that
the
was awesome.
scene with Garth. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's super good. And Bohemian Rhapsody almost didn't make it into this movie, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell us more.
Mike Myers was interviewed on Mark Maron's WTF podcast, saying that originally, I guess a Guns N' Roses song was supposed to be in the movie, but it was too expensive. So at that point, you know, it was the 90s and people had kind of forgotten about Queen. They weren't as big as they were back in the day. And, you know, when they went to go try to get the song into the movie, everyone's like, why are we going to put that song in the movie? Like, no one even knows what that is. People forgot about it. So Mike Myers was like, well, then I'm not doing the movie. If the song's not in the movie, I'm not doing it. And then they're like, okay, well, we'll get it for the movie.
I guess
and
they're like, game on.
Yeah. Game on.
Game on. Car. Game on. Yeah. Oh, movie. So, God, there's so many quotables in that movie. And then
It's a great movie.
You have that, right? Even if you're not a Mike Myers fan, like I think you're gonna enjoy this movie. It's got weird stuff in it, but that's
That's 90s.
of Mike Myers, yeah. And there's just like funny little tidbits like the Foxy Lady thing. Oh, you're squirmy. She's dancing for him or something like that. Oh, man. And then,
was it the first movie or the second movie where Garth gets his hair cut with that
This
was
is the
it
first movie.
the Floby? The vacuum.
The little
Wow.
vacuum.
Oh,
Not only
it
does-
sucks.
Not only does it suck, it blows.
Mhm.
Oh, what a great movie.
And then,
Oh man.
So yeah, the song, yeah, like you said, it kind of put Queen back on the map. A lot of people kind of forgot about them. They were kind of doing like disco-y tracks that kind of, you know, the rock,
Yeah.
the rock bands kind of
Well, but
like,
by this point, Freddie Mercury was pretty sick.
Yeah.
You know, so they had done a couple records that got away from like the arena rock sound that they were doing.
yeah. So I was saying, like, you got all this in the movie, and then there's this scene that is just a classic scene with all of them in the car singing this song. And it's just hilarious. Where isn't it like the drunk dude?
Yeah.
In the middle, and he's just like, so good. And the song itself, like, there's so many different parts of the song. Like, it changes up so much. It just makes it so interesting throughout. So it was really well produced and put together. Yep,
So I guess, guys, the question here is, what song is at the top of our top 90s movie songs? What scene, what song, what movie is the most iconic?
Queen.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
There you go. There it is. Bohemian Rhapsody. That's what I would have chosen as well. Thank you to YouTube over at Amplified. We can see you guys. Some of you guys have been saying hi to us, so hi to you guys. But
Hello, new
if you're
viewers.
just tuning in, if you're just tuning in, Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen has just been named the
All three
top.
of us pick it?
Yes, all three of
Oh,
us.
yeah.
I picked it
Unanimous. Unanimous decision.
Wait, all three of us guys, but who are they? Who are the guys on the wall?
Can you get your finger out of
Look how
it?
long-
So
that
long.
looks
Your
like
finger's
ET.
so
Right.
long.
Right
It
here?
looks like
This-
ET.
It's such a long finger. Oh my
It's just the
word!
camera, like, it's
Who-
not. It's just the camera. It's like ET
Can you
does.
say hi
Hi.
to Sock?
Hi, Sock.
Hello, Sock.
Sock? Or is it
Nice
Soak?
to meet you.
Sock?
I don't know. I don't know.
Hi.
Thank you.
Maybe
Sock Money
someday
Sock.
we'll meet them and they'll let us know.
I mean,
Are you asking?
I feel
about
like-
this?
Yeah, who are those fine-looking gentlemen?
This is you.
I wish I had a Zoom. I don't have a Zoom.
I mean, I can.
Maybe.
It's only taped. I can
Oh, well then.
look at this. I mean, it's not
Oh.
high quality paper either. I can just print another one. So we've got
Oh.
got Andy there, and here's me. There's RJ.
Why do I have my old? That's outdated.
It's an old picture, yeah. And that's Andy's handwriting. So Andy originally had drawn us, but I had the idea to take some of our actual faces and just emphasize Andy's artwork and handwriting skills here. So
But
So for
no,
people
I
who
also
don't
took
know,
a screenshot of that too. I need to
Wait.
combine them together. That's hilarious.
Mike, can you show
Yeah.
Andy's face again? I just want everyone to know this is the face that Andy makes every day before we start our podcast because he's upset that he has Connecticut internet.
I
Hey,
made sure
you're
to intentionally pick that face too, because he just looks like he's so exacerbated. Like,
Can we show
just doesn't-
RJ's face though? Where
we
it looks like
can.
he's just ate way too many.
Whoa!
He ate a whole box of donuts right before
That is definitely me yelling or eating. Yes.
Yeah.
RJ bag of donuts right there.
And then there's just me, AJO. All the time.
Mike, hands up, Mike.
Hands up, Mike. One day when we can go to public events, we can explain to people what AJO means. But
Yeah.
it's not something we can talk about on the show.
Yeah. Let's make it a shirt.
That's true.
Or we can make.
Or
I got
you can
an
get this
idea.
shirt.
No. We can make that a shirt that Mike just showed us. I mean, the idea is it right there.
Mate, this is a shirt. We can make that a shirt.
You could totally
Or
make
this
that a
one.
shirt and sell that for money that
Yeah.
people can pay us if they want to. If they say, "Hey, we want that shirt,"
Mhm.
they can reach out to us. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
it's a crazy idea that I just
Who wants a shirt?
Well, anyways, guys, Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen is the winner of the top 90s movie songs of all time. Sock has officially become our enemy already. I think he's saying he's bored.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Make a-
Sorry,
make a
Sock.
song.
We are not your puppet. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, thank you. I think Angified is saying we should make a shirt, Andy. I'm not
mean-
sure if that's.
I mean, if she's saying it, then we definitely gotta do it.
Well, hey, thank you guys for joining us
What
here
happened?
on the
What
You
just
Dad Me a Hello podcast. This is episode 37, season 2. And
Dude.
just thank you guys for hanging out with us. Feel free to like our page on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube, subscribe on Spotify, or pretty much anywhere else you can get your podcasts. And also, if you feel up to it, try to share some of our posts or some of our videos that you like. And if you hate us, share our worst videos and just get them out to all your friends as kind of like a hate thing. And that's
Yeah.
fine with us too.
Yeah.
But just share us anytime you can. We'd appreciate it. We thank you guys for following us so long. We've been doing this since October, I think, or November of 2020. It's been almost a year. We are
Oh my
like
gosh.
3/4 of the way there. And then Mike joined us. When did you join us? I mean, you joined us in December a couple times, but when did you officially join? Was it March?
Episode 22,
22?
18. I forgot.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Mike adding into it, it almost feels like a new show, or as Andy would say, a better show because he hates everything prior to Mike. But
We're just more well polished now as
we are. We're very polished.
Including my
but-
skin, apparently. Look at how shiny
We've
I
gotten,
am.
We've gotten
Goodness.
so good
I
we can do
know.
ads now in the middle of our
Yeah.
show and at the end
Seamless.
about shirts that we might
Seamless.
sell.
That's true. It's very seamless. But we appreciate you guys joining us today. Again, tomorrow we have a new episode. I want to say it's top movies of 91, maybe.
Top something.
Yeah, we'll see.
Top something.
Something's coming out. Look at
There's a
Spotify
bracket.
or Facebook tomorrow, or YouTube. I mean, you'll be able to check that episode out tomorrow. So thank you guys again. Have a good one. This is You Dad Me a Hello. You didn't ask for it, but here we are anyways.